Well, hello there. Literally just a few moments ago, um, bioware has released a bunch of stuff for Dragon Age Day 2023. And this includes a teaser, which gives a lot of information about Dragon Age Dreadwolf. We also get a lot of other stuff, and we're going to go through it today. So we're going to go through some possibilities, theories, all that good stuff. And so, yeah, just join me to it. So we get here Mark Dara, the former executive producer of BioWare, who is now as it says here, senior production advisor, and he says, Dragon Age has always been a franchise about characters to fall in love with or to learn to loathe. Those characters need a place to which to live, to fight, and to love. A place that shapes them and events they find themselves swept in. Today we explore the place that they call home and forms the stages of everything that they do Thetis. So, Corin, I'm sorry for the mispronunciation of her name, and the Dragon Age Dreadwolf team have created the game that's a game that celebrates the rich and varied past of the franchise while crafting a new experience and stories. It has been incredible to come back to BioWare and see all the progress that they've made, and I'm excited to see some of the world to some of that world to be shared with you all today. And then Corin says, thank you, Mark. I fondly remember playing each of the entry in the Dragon Age franchise, being completely immersed and enamored in the world you all built. It's amazing to be here now, working alongside you and the team to bring in new stories and characters, not to mention a few returning characters. And just to stop here quickly, just to mention what this could mean. So obviously the clear ones that could be returning are Solus, obviously, the Inquisitor, and additionally Dorian. Dorian in the end of Trespasser, if you keep him alive, which I imagine BioWare will, basically says he's going to be the new, not Archon, I can't remember the specific position, but he's going to be a high-ranking member in the mage bureaucracy because his father died. So he's probably going to be back there. To continue, to all the fans of the franchise, Dragon Age Dreadwolf is the product of hard work and love. We all know how much this world means to you all, how these experiences stay with you. We want to get it right, so we've taken our time. We're so excited to join in the celebration of all things Dragon Age and the incredible fandom that surrounds it. Within the dev team, we've been eagerly awaiting Dragon Age Dreadwolf as enthusiasm, stories, charity, and artwork you share motivates us to be the best and create new experiences for you. To celebrate Dragon Age Day, we're sharing a look at a few of the in-game locations you'll explore on this adventure, and perhaps a little more for those who listen closely. The stage is set, Dreadwolf is ready to make his move. And one last thing before I go, in summer 2024, we will be fully revealing Dragon Age Dreadwolf to you. We can't honestly wait. So, for people in the Northern Hemisphere, this means January to March. For the rest of the world, this means it's going to be winter. Like somewhere between January and March as well. Again, it's weird, the Northern Hemisphere divide, but again, that's where it's going to be, like somewhere January, March. So at least we're going to wait a month, so somewhere in January. At most, we're going to have to wait until March, but it's probably going to maybe be a middle ground, so maybe February, maybe late January, maybe early March. It's something going to be like that. So yeah, let's get to it. You visited the lands of Thetis thrice before in our games and many times in comics, books, art, and short stories. This time, you'll be venturing into places unseen and returning to places from long ago. To celebrate Dragon Age Day, we want to show you some of these sites. So, here we go. This is the actual teaser trailer. So, this is not the proper way to view it, but hey, you can search it yourself and watch it all in full. It's a really cool little teaser. It's really great. So we're gonna start and skip a bunch. Also, just put on subtitles just so it's easier.
Fight for everyone.
And also, it obviously says here at the bottom, mix of gameplay and cinematics represents game in development. So obviously we'll use our heads, and this is obviously a cinematic, and we'll see some gameplay bits and gush about that.
We fight for everyone, and we always will. The crows rule Antiva.
Okay, so now first off, let's examine the dialogue. So this is obviously an Antiva. This is probably an Antivan crow, and the person who's saying this is probably not a nobody, so this is probably someone who is in a high-ranking position of the crows, or maybe perhaps the leader of the crows. So we fight for everyone, and we always will. So the Antivan crows, as an organization, are basically the kingmakers of the country. They decide who gets to hold positions of powers and who doesn't get to hold positions of power. We know from Zevran that he participated in an assassination attempt, an assassination on a cousin of the king or something like that. I can't remember the full extent of it, but he participated in it, and that obviously means that they control a lot of power who becomes, the ruler of Antiva or not. That's why when they say the crows rule Antiva. Now, obviously, I'm not particularly sure how correct this is. From the perspective of this character, is probably correct. We fight for everyone, and we always will. Technically, that is true for the crows. They do fight for everyone, and they always will. But it's always to their sort of benefit. But again, this could be just us not really knowing too much. Our only sources on the Antivan crows is an ex-crow, a leader in the crows, an assassin of the crows. That's all in Dragon Age Origins. And then we have Josephine, who's from Antiva, who then talks about the crows for a bit. We don't really have any outside sources, nor do we have any, nor can we really engage with those characters and understand the crows in any real depth beyond a few codex entries and whatnot. So this probably isn't just weird retconning stuff. I think maybe people may think this is probably just some information or a character bias, But this is very true. And then let's go to here. So this is Antiva. So in previous teasers and whatnot, Antiva has been described as Spain, like Spanish inspired. As you can tell from the people of Antiva, from Josephine to Zevran, they have this accent to them that's more similar to Spanish, right? And what's interesting here is this isn't just Spanish architecture. This is a mixture of of the architecture that was seen when the Muslims controlled Spain. We can see the domes over here. We can see the sort of gold and brown stonework everywhere, and we can see this sort of mixture of maybe cathedrals and stuff like that. And it's a beautiful blend. It tells so much, and it's just so beautiful. And also, this is definitely a playable segment. You can tell this is a 3D model. Look here, as we just move up and down. Obviously, some elements probably the crows flying is maybe a bit not representative, but you can definitely tell that right here, right down there. This is probably where a character can walk. We can walk here and there. Now, to the extent of how much the city is accessible is up to be seen, but this is definitely a huge space, a lot better than what we saw with Valreo.
Rule Antiva.
And then we get Riveni here. Oh my gosh, looks like
Glory to the risen gods. They've come to deliver this world.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So we have basically not no knowledge, but not a lot of concrete knowledge, and not a lot of knowledge that paints a good picture of Riveni. The only Riveni character we've ever met in the series, I think, is Isabella. She's the only one. I think that maybe some small side characters and maybe some comics and books, but by and large, we only know one character, and that's Isabella. And so this is going to be a great opportunity to just see what it's going to be like, and it's going to be so cool, Riveni has always been described in lore and has been depicted visually as Pirates of the Caribbean mixed with some wise woman art. You can definitely tell from Isabella's depiction in Dragon Age 2 that that's sort of the theme that they're going with. And it just looks beautiful. And then we get some more Glory to the Risen Gods. They've come to deliver this world. Now, what's interesting about Riveni is that Riveni joins, and here's the map of Thetis, just to joins Navarra and the Tevinter Imperium, and to some extent Anderfels and the Free Marches, but not as much, as nations who recognize the Chantry and pay lip service to the Chantry, but ostensibly aren't that part of the Chantry. So what I mean by this is Navarra has the Necromancer cults, and Tevinter Imperium still has some old god, not worship, but old god sentiments. So that's definitely something there. And Riveni has been definitely portrayed as a they recognize the Chantry, but they don't really fully understand it. Isabella, in some of her banter lines with Meryl, says that the Dalish will not really understand Riveni culture, as it's so different from a lot of other cultures that they've encountered. That they could probably deal with like pretty much everyone else, even to Vinter to an extent, but Riveni is like some different ball game because they're so weird and wacky. And this obviously has to do with a lot of the geography, from not only being so far north to the Canary, but also on the fact that they're so close to Antiva, and that has this weird like political mix, most likely. So there's a lot of like interesting things that we can explore here, and especially from here we get a cool hint, which is glory to the risen gods. So this is obviously talking about the ocean, right? The ocean, right? And obviously, since we have a moving tentacle squid, this is obviously implying that, again, it's a sea monsters, right? So Riveni must have some like culture, religious attitudes or whatnot to sea monsters, which would make a lot of sense. Again, they're very, Pirates of the Caribbean inspired, so that would be in line with it, but also it would also be in line with them being a very odd culture, distinctive from a lot of other cultures in Thedas. What's also interesting here is that we don't actually get a capital, like a look at the capital city. For Antiva, we get the capital Trevius, right? And for Veni, we just get this. We don't know where this location is. It's obviously on the coast somewhere. And if we look here for Riveni, when this eventually loads, what we'll eventually see is that Riveni doesn't have a lot of cities. Like, look here. Here's Kont R, which is definitely a Canary name. Sier, which is probably a Riveni name. Then we have Daresmud. And then we have these ones. Aeles and Afsan, which is definitely a Canary name, probably an Elvish name, this one. And then we have Lilmernia, which is probably another Dalish name. So like, there's not a lot of cities, right? So there's only like a few locations this can probably be. Here, because when we zoom into this, we zoom into here, or here. It could be one of these two areas. Most likely this area, because this is where the thing zooms in. And also here, another gameplay segment. Like, look at this. This is definitely a gameplay segment. This is definitely an area your character can just run around in. Like, there's here an opening for like maybe some loot and items. Here where you can walk down the path. Here where you can definitely traverse the beaches. You can probably go to explore this lighthouse. There's like so much here. Not sure if this means swimming's confirmed to get here. Probably not. But this is definitely like a gameplay segment. Oh, it looks really good, dude. Oh, it just looks so good. I love the blue dome here as well. It just looks so good. Oh, it would also be really cool if Riveni also has some like Greek inspirations to it, like some of the nicer sea, like bright baby blue sea colors that Rome has. Oh, that'd be beautiful, dude.
Grey Wardens don't hide in our castle. I won't ask good soldiers to turn.
Oh, and also to quickly mention, continuing the theme that the people who are saying this are probably people in positions of power and whatnot. Again, this person says, "Glory to the risen gods. They've come to deliver us this world." So this must be like a person high in the hierarchy of this Riveni religion. But now we get to the Wardens. Sorry for interrupting.
I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run.
Oh, that's so good, dude. Oh, that's so good, dude. Okay, so obviously Anderfels, we have this. And oh boy, and obviously as Wardens, this is pretty standard for their dialogue, so pretty cool. We'll get what Wifesa's looks, and Anderfels has always been described as a blighted wasteland. Not entirely, but ostensibly a wasteland that mostly just has de facto Wardens rule. They're not officially kings, but they're unofficially kings, basically. And so it's definitely be cool to see this. It's also, from what we know from the games and Riordan, they say that the Anderfels and the Wardens from the Anderfels are very distant and cold and very like humorless. So that'll be interesting to see how they interact. They'll definitely be a lot more serious than most wardens that we've seen, at least more serious than Alistair. And then this is definitely another playable segment. You could definitely tell from here. You can just like walk here, go here, or bridges down, probably a side path here to get to whatever this like red light here. Then we can also see this is a Griffin Tower, 100% a Griffin Tower, from not only the outset perches here, but also from the tower in the sky, and also like it's definitely a Griffin Tower. There's no way it's not a Griffin Tower, or at least a Griffin perch. We see again red lyrium here, whatever, and this is definitely like an objective, or at least something to go to. So whatever this is going to definitely be interesting to see what's going to happen with red lyrium. It's so cool, dude. Oh my gosh, and I love the music, and I love the visuals of this. This just feels so cool.
I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run.
So good. Also, some of the lightning strike, like you can see in the corner here, there's something here. Don't think that's too relevant. Other small tidbits: griffin statue, maybe more griffin perches over there. Nothing much else. Something here looks a bit weird, maybe just a rock. So yeah.
All the world will soon share the peace and comfort of my reign.
Okay, now this is interesting, right? Because what we've established here, and what this trailer teaser has been established, is all these people who've been talking are people of importance, right? In some capacity. We're definitely talking to someone who's high, or hearing someone talk who's in a high position of the crows. We're hearing someone who's maybe in a high position of religion, and we're hearing someone who's in a high position of wardens. This isn't probably like the leaders of the factions. I don't think so. I don't think it's possible that it is the leader of the factions, but I don't think it's too likely. This is probably just like people in high positions of their respective factions. And so when we get here, we hear someone completely. We first of all don't get a name of where this is from. And also the way this person speaks is not telling the faction, right? Here we have the crows, the risen gods, and we have the visuals company, which is the Reveni, and then we have Grey Wardens. We know who these people are, but we don't know who this one is. Who is this person? Some theories you could say is this is probably Solus, but one, this isn't Solus because
all the world will soon share the
that's not the egghead. That's a different person's name. And additionally, what this person says
peace and comfort of my reign.
So one, it's all the world will share my peace in the comfort of my reign. One, Solus does not want to rule, unless maybe he's corrupted and then maybe he wants to rule, but from what we know, at the current moment, Solus does not want to rule. He wants to tear down the veil and to, bring the world back to its natural state. If this was Solus, Solus would probably say something like, all the world will soon share the peace of the natural world, which is, the veil not being in there anymore. But that's not what it says. It says comfort of my reign. And so we have to now look at what characters would likely say this line. And so what we can think of is a few of them. So first off, emperors, probably Orlais, especially because of the geography of this place. Additionally, each of the locations we've seen are at least like faction headquarters. We have Triovioso, capital of Antiva. We've had Reveni, which is this probably Desmond. And then we have Weishout here. It's going to the capital. And so this one is probably the capital of this place. And the only other city that we know that's on the port are two places. That's or a few places. That's Denerim. That's Valrio. That's Minrathos, and that's it basically. There's no other place that's on the sea and whatnot. But it's not Minrathos because one, if we look at the visuals here, this has like a bay that leads out to somewhere. Minrathos is just on the open sea. You can see like this is Minrathos. Open sea just goes there. and it's definitely not somewhere like Saharon, because there's no island here and we don't see the bottom of the edge here. This could just be a zoomed in map, but this is probably not it. So the Minrathous is out. This can't be Minrathous. The only other place that would say the old world will soon share the comfort of my peace is most likely Orlais. Orlais is the only other nation that we know of that has this sort of like history of conquering and empires, besides Tevinter, and also has this most similar geography. Again, it's not one-to-one. We can definitely tell that a lot of the trailer is very stylish. The maps are more like one-to-one recreations, you know. We can definitely tell that this is on the sea, but, you know, it's not on the sea as much as it should be. But again, it's more stylish choice. Same with Rivani. Obviously, we have a squid monster that's obviously not real. Stylish choice. And then we have Weissout, again, a stylish choice. Again, like we have the mountains here, all barricading and whatnot. Again, it's also very zoomed in. It's very at an angle. So this one also could just be a stylish version of Valrayo. And again, it looks really similar. You have the bay here, where Valrayo is surrounded by. If you tilt it, you can see it. And then you have it going out into the Awakening Sea. Now, the only issue is that we don't see a little island that's over here. So it's most likely, in my mind, looks like Valrayo. I don't think it's Denerim. It could be, but I don't know. It feels weird, and especially because I don't think Bioware is going to involve Fereld in any way, because they may be worried of stepping on some toes of people's canon. You know, Queen Honora or Alistair or any of those other characters. They're probably afraid that they don't want to, you know, mess with that too much. And so most likely we're not going to see that at all. So it's probably not Denerim. Again, the only two likely locations are Valrayo and Minrathous. And I don't think this is Minrathous at all. Again, it could be. I'm just like misinterpreting it. But it also could be a different location altogether. It could be like completely new. A place we haven't seen before. Maybe it's somewhere here. I'm not particularly sure. It could be a lot of different places. So yeah, that's the trailer bit by bit. We get more confirmation again. Next year sometime we'll get that. And then if we listen carefully,
I reign.
we just hear a lingering sound. So yeah, that's the trailer in full. A lot of great stuff, I gotta say. I love the visuals here. Looks wonderful. It looks like a great play area. And also what we can tell is that these are small areas compared to like Inquisition's really huge open worlds. These look a lot more linear, which I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing huge cities and a lot more linear areas, because I've missed that from like Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. So we continue. We stand on the precipice of change. This is a world brimming with stories and characters waiting to meet you. The fate of this world teeters on the edge of the knife. In the past games, we only got to see a slice of the world in Origins. It was Ferelden, a land ravaged by war and darkspawn. That's an interesting spelling. In 2, it was Kirkwall and its locales, festering with corruption and a dark underworld. And in Inquisition, you ventured across much of Orlais, facing down political intrigue as often as combat. Oh boy, look at this, dude. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful, dude. I love the art style of this. I love the direction that they went with Antiva. Oh my gosh, dude, it looks so good, dude. I love the domes. I love the the mixture of Spanish and like Muslim architecture. It looks so good, dude. It looks so good. This time, however, much more of Thetis is yours to see. The desolate, beautiful badlands of Anderfels with curtains of distant mountainous spires, the twisting canals and gleaming towers of Antiva, where crows may lurk in any shadow, and the turquoise seas of Rivani with its rush of greenery and hardy seafaring people. And of course, there is more. Whatever, that last part of the trailer was, whatever this more is. And so this is probably not Tevinter. This is because if this was Tevinter, they'd probably just say it's Tevinter. So this is probably something else entirely. Again, I don't think it's Ferelden. I generally don't think it. The only other place with a large body of water is like here and here by Antiva, but like that's a stretch, dude. I think that's a very big stretch. It could be Parvolan. I don't think they're gonna be going anywhere here near the Donarks or the Volca Sea. Could be Sutter Sea, but I don't know. That's also a stretch as well. And it's definitely not here again because they probably don't want to do Ferelden again, and it seems like they want to focus on the northern continent. So again, it must be maybe some different place. I don't know. Saharon, Parvolan, maybe. It's gonna be interesting to see what this place is. It's probably not Tevinter though. Okay. We felt it best for the tale we wanted to tell this time, and we hope you enjoyed as much as we have. It allows us to create many more locations than past games, including both some of you've longed to go to and some of you've never heard before. So this basically confirms it. This is basically a new location. We haven't seen this place. It's probably on the map somewhere, but it's weird. It's it's odd. It's probably not one-to-one stylish rendition and all that. It's probably just a new location. It's probably just a new location that you haven't really heard about a lot. So yeah, the places you'll go. Let's get into it. To help capture the wonders of Thedas, we partnered with 3 wonderful artists from our really good, talented community and gave them an early look at what we've seen. We've always been so fortunate to have such an incredible skilled community of artists, and getting to work with these 3 were a joy. We've asked each of them to create a vista of one of the 3 regions, and the video is based on their interpretation of it, their own unique styles. Please enjoy this wonderful work and send them some love and check them out. Do check them out. And personal channels are the more there are. Okay, so we have this one, which is a dragon, Silver Sleeve Raveni, Storm Coast, huge treasure hoard, broken stuff. This looks really wonderful. I love it. Upon eastern shores and sun-kissed sands, the Lord of Fortune no longer holds dominion over the coast of Raveni, not when dragons are growing bolder and laying wastes to their ships. Look at this, dude. This is so cool, man. I love this so much. Even the pinnacle of mysteries and intrigue, the crows watch from the deep shadows of a beautiful Antiva. Something, however, is amiss, and they are set to uncover the source. Ooh, dude, I love this. I do like the new little design that they have for the crows. It looks good, to me. And oh, look at this, dude. Oh my gosh, this is like a wonderful mixture. Oh, it's like Italy with some like Spain in it, with some like the Muslim architecture of it. This looks beautiful, dude. This looks beautiful. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. But back on point, I do like the new interpretation for the crows designs. The crows are very ostentatious. You can tell Zevran is the fanciest boy out there. He is the fanciest dude you'll ever meet. And this, oh my gosh, look at this. This is so good, dude. This is so good. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, oh boy, the Wardeds. To the far west, the 3 Grey Wardeds patrol the Anderfills. Tremors have been creating disturbances of late. Their cause is unknown. Upon the distant horizon, a storm ominous and tense brews and darkens the sky. Look at this, dude. Oh my gosh. Griffin. Is that an actual griffin? Zoom. Was that just a statue? That's just probably a statue. Oh, that sucks. But I do believe griffins are going to come back, because in one of the books for Dragon Age, The Lost Calling, they found an uncorrupted griffin egg, and so probably griffins are back. Also, look at this, dude. This is so beautiful. I love the armor design for the Wardens. Look, warrior spears. Oh, that'd be cool if we get spears as like playable in the game. That'd be so cool. Then we have a rogue. Then we have a mage. Oh, this looks really good, dude. This looks lovely. Okay, so it needs more effort. Turning our focus to the close kitchen. Okay, so this is like some food stuff. No, I mean, that's fine. Looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at this. What is this? Oh, this looks delicious. Oh. Okay, so then let's get here. Um, and this is okay. Some like um, yeah, some gifts or what is it? This is some like giveaway stuff. Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. It's cool. It's cool. May the Dreadwolf take you. An insult that he took as a badge of pride, an insult to inspire hope in his friends and fear in his enemies. This is what Fen'Harel the Dreadwolf truly is. Not a man who sees himself as evil, but someone who believes he is fighting for a good cause and willing to get his hands dirty. The long-awaited chapter of the Dragon Age is fast approaching. The time is close at hand. We'll see you next summer with answers to your questions, including ones you have yet to ask. Which with that will come our full reveal, including new trailers, gameplay, and of course the long-awaited release date. The Dreadwolf will rise once more, and we will have more to share as we approach summer 2024. Please keep an eye on the social medias. Oh gosh darn it, dude! It is so beautiful, dude. Like, I love it. Like, okay. So we're basically done, but let's just yeah, let's just finish up. So this is Dragon Age. We got a lot of good looks. We got a lot of great insights into the areas, locations, and where we're gonna go. It seems like we're not just gonna be stuck in Minrathos and around its fields. We're gonna be exploring a bunch of different places, from Antiva, Riveni, Weissaut, and most likely Minrathos, and some new location. Now, it seems like this is going to be based around cities, similar to how Dragon Age 2 did it, where Dragon Age 2 was mostly around Kirkwall and its locales, while it seems this game is also going to focus on that. We're going to be mostly inside cities, and from those cities we will, explore outside those areas. Now, I wonder how this will be integrated into the story, because obviously, how is this going to work with like fast travel wise? Inquisition was a bit weird in the sense that we traveled like half a country like every few minutes, and there wasn't really any, it was a lot of immersion broken, and it was very breaking immersion wise. And so I wonder how they're going to reconcile this. If this is going to be a sort of chapter by chapter, like chapter 1 we're in Tevinter, chapter 2 we're in Riveni, chapter 3 we're going to be in Weissaut, chapter 4 we're going to be in this new location, and then chapter 5 maybe, we're going to be in Minrathos. Like, I wonder how that's going to work. But besides that, it looks great. We have yet to see gameplay. Leaked footage of gameplay seems like it's going to be more action oriented, but we don't know fully yet. Again, game development is a very turbulent thing. A lot of things could change, a lot of things could be adjusted. We'll just have to wait and see what eventually happens. Additionally, what's also interesting is the stories for each of these ones and how they're going to relate to the Dreadwolf. This could be another Dragon Age Origins situation where we go to these different powers to find the right people to ally ourselves with, so that we can take down the Dreadwolf. It is going to be interesting to see what happens with this. And yeah, we know we're gonna get more stuff in summer 2023, so somewhere early next year. I can't wait to find out. I'm just so excited, dude, because this is just such a beautifully looking game, and I honestly can't wait to see what happens in the next Dragon Age game. Oh my gosh, dudes. I yeah yeah I hope you all enjoyed this. I certainly know I did. Yeah. And anyways, I hope you have a nice day.